Well, there's no doubt about it. We've all been through a year we will never forget. And our next guest says it's more important than ever for self-care, and that includes enjoying small indulgences. Here to tell us what that is, renowned beauty and style expert Bobbie Thomas. I'm just curious, of course, about these indulgences, but we're going to start with this.
Yes.
Welcome, Bobbie.
Snacks.
So nice to have you. Yeah, snacks, right, Mike? Yeah, I heard you.
I love them.
But I have a feeling that's not what Bobbie's here just to talk about. You are big on a serious note of everyone finding me time, and we hear that a lot, me time, and we've heard those terms, self-care. You know, a lot of it's thrown around, but tell us, Bobbie, what's the best way to get the me time that actually matters, that's going to make a difference in how we feel emotionally and mentally?
Yeah. Me time has been thrown around, like you said, so much that it's almost become sort of, we're desensitized. So I like to say, you really need to say yes to you. I think so often we're worried about saying yes to everybody else, but we don't think about saying yes to ourselves. So I'm really excited because I've teamed up with an iconic brand, Russell Stover. It's just shy of 100 years old, and they have launched their first collection of chocolate bars that are no sugar added. It's called Joy Bites. So hence it was born from the idea that they wanted to put out into the world, they want to spread and foster joy. And they've teamed up with people like me to help remind all of us that saying yes to ourselves is so important. And the two big ways you can think about this is, one, start with you. How many times, tell me guys, that you wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is grab your phone, whether it's to check the time, your emails, and you go down this rabbit hole of everybody else's asks of you that you're saying yes to. And so my big tip is, try putting a Post-it note on your phone the night before with the one thing that's the most important thing for you that you want to do for the first 30 minutes of the day, whether that's tackle something to relieve stress, stretch. For me, actually putting on makeup sometimes or putting an outfit together thoughtfully rather than grabbing what's available. Everybody's guilty of that, right?
Absolutely. And I think during the pandemic especially, go ahead, Mike.
Absolutely, and that's great advice there when you wake up in the morning. But a lot of times people, because of kids, or because of their jobs, because of their work schedule, whatever, it's hard to find that me time. How do you make that time for yourself when there really isn't enough time in the day already?
So that's why I love the idea of when your eyes first open, because you should be the number one priority. And oftentimes that is the small window that we set the day in one direction or another. So make sure you're taking advantage of that very first thing you do is for yourself. Put the mask on you first. Secondly, I think it's really interesting to you don't think about scheduling yourself. And I know you've probably heard this before, but this isn't like just vacations 2 years from now. Actually schedule not just social dinners, but time on your calendar that says, okay, this is the time I have in a day. This is when I need to eat. So many of us, especially busy moms, half the time I'm worried about getting lunch for my kids and not anyone else, but time to eat, time to read. And when it's in your calendar and the reminder pops up, treat it like you would any other appointment. It's so important, even if you start with 15 minutes in a day, that it's just time for you to clear your mind and unplug. For me, that's what I kind of liked when we were talking with the Joy Bites team about. The chocolate is made in these breakable bites, and it's resealable package. And the idea that for me, I'm always depriving myself. I'm saying no all the time. I don't have time for dessert, this or that, whether you're busy or trying to, be more health conscious. But saying yes to something, especially no sugar added, which is, part of, the big idea behind Joy Bites, is that I feel good. I'm scheduling time to say yes to me. I, smell the flowers, eat the chocolate. I just love the idea that they want to promote happiness instead of always beating ourselves up and saying no, and just kind of only being on a robotic mission to finish the to-do list.
Bobbie, can you show it to us?
Always great
real
advice.
Quick? You showed us the package. Can you just show it to us? Those Joy Bites. You want me over with chocolate, so there we go. Oh.
Yeah, it's not, it's not just about this. I'm just really proud to partner with a brand that the big idea is, yes, this is fantastic. It's great chocolate-filled bars with no sugar added, which is first to market. But the idea that they have come to me to say, well, how else can we get people to think about joy, which really starts with us. And I think after this year, it's been so hard. And as the world is opening up, really think about making sure that you're still a focus as you get out there. And there's all of this that's going to come at us. Again, the Post-it note, journal. A lot of us, if your mind is busy and you've got all these things going on, if you just jot it down and write it down, it somehow makes you feel better about the idea that you've put it somewhere, you will address it, but then it clears your mind to actually be more productive and think about how to take on any task or stress that's in your way a little easier.
And chocolate makes it even better as well, Bobbie. Thank you so much for the advice. We appreciate your time.
Yes.
Thanks for being here with us on Start Your Day. All right.